Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, you can call me Serene, and today we're gonna be making a beautiful hard glass shaped candle. This is gonna be for anybody looking to make some hands-on crafts for the Valentine's Day coming up this year, for your loved ones or for yourself. It's very easy. All you really need is a glass candle jar that's shaped in a heart and some candle molds. Before we get started, I want to say thank you to my 500 subscribers with a special giveaway. If you want to participate, keep watching for instructions. To get started on the candle, I'm using this trick to measure the amount of wax I should melt for this new jar. To do that, I'm weighing the jar and zeroing my scale, then pouring water into the jar to give me a rough estimate on how much wax the jar can hold. In this case, it was around 16 ounces. I highly recommend this trick whenever you get a new jar to save some time and money. Once done with that, I then move on to measuring my soy wax for melting. Today, I'm using the double boiler method to melt my wax simply because I was making just one single candle. If you want to learn of the different methods you can use for melting your wax, tune in to this video right here. While the wax was melting, I moved on to prepping my candle jar, starting with spraying it with some rubbing alcohol and wiping it down so I can remove all dirt, lint, and leftover water so it doesn't mess with the process. Then I use my invisible wick tabs to secure my wicks to the bottom of the glass. Since this candle jar was bigger than my regular wick holders, I used my makeshift ones to secure the wicks in place. This is what it looked like by the time I was done. And at this point, my wax was fully melted, so I started pouring and mixing my scents in, then separating the melted wax for the color I intend on doing with my molds. Then I poured the leftover wax into the hard glass jar and let that cool down without messing with it. And in the meantime, I prepped my colored wax by adding a few drops of pink dye into the melted wax before mixing it and gradually adding more until the colors are to my requirement. Since this was for Valentine's Day, I was doing light and dark pink colors for my flower molds, and I tested to see if the wax was the right color using a wooden stick and adding droplets to a napkin until it cooled down. Once I was satisfied with the colors, I poured the wax into my mold and let it cool down completely before unmolding them. I'd say the process took about 30 minutes or so to cool down completely, but each of the flower molds came out so perfect. For those of you who've made it this far, these are the instructions for the candle giveaway. Make sure you're a subscriber so your spot can be secured, and don't forget to comment the word Valentine with your guest number. I can't wait to see who wins. Now to the last step of the process. I'm melting the top layer of the wax in the hard glass jar before adding in my flower molds. This will make sure that the flowers have something to stick to when I add them. Once that top layer was fully melted, I carefully added each flower mold to the candle, making sure to secure them by slightly applying some pressure to each one so they do not move. I try to make this as cute as possible and in the shape of the hard glass, so I lined them up around the edges, and in the end they came out so beautiful. The last thing left to do was to trim the candle wicks, which I did using my wick trimmer, and I left a little bit more wick than usual so the flower molds don't snuff the candle wicks out once they melt. That's it for this beautiful hard candle. Make sure you secure your spot for the giveaway by commenting below. Bye!